Guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. My name is Moyo, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make your own pair of shorts. So if you're interested, please make sure to watch this video till the end. We're going to be drafting the pattern, and the reason for drafting this pattern is because I want you people to see clearly how I am cutting these pants. You can go ahead and draft this directly on your fabric and cut it out. I'm just doing this extra step to make you guys understand very well. So if you're interested, make sure to watch this video till the end. This is where my paper is starting from. I feel like I should draw like a straight line to help you guys see what I am doing. So guys, this is my starting point, and this is also going to be my second starting point. So this is going to be my waistline. I'm going to start taking measurements from here, and also this is my waistline. So the very first thing you want to do is to determine how long you want your pants to be. I want mine to be about 18 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and take 18 inches here. You guys, you should not worry, because before I make my cuttings, before I do my cuttings, I always like to add my allowances to my paper, because a lot of times I forget. I've gotten the length of my pants. This is how long my pants is going to be. I use 18 inches like I said. The next thing to do is to take your hip measurements. To take your hip measurements, you're going to grab your tape rule and measure the fullest part of your hip. Mine is about 39 inches. I'm just going to add 1 inch to that to make it 40, and whatever I have, which is 40 inches, I'm going to divide it by 4. If I divide 40 inches by 4, I'm going to have 10 inches. Now, I'm not going to be using that 10 inches like that. I'm going to be adding one for my sewing allowance. So I have 11 inches now, and I'm going to go ahead and take 11 inches on my waistline like this. I'm also going to be taking it on my hemline. Okay, I forgot to indicate my hemline. So this is my hemline. So the next thing, you guys, is to connect from here to my hemline like this. So guys, this is what we have. So the next thing is to get our crotch depth, and for my crotch depth, I'm going to be using 12. You can use 12 for anybody that is like from a size 6 to size maybe 12 or 14, but for bigger sizes from like 16, you may have to use 13 inches for their crotch. But it all depends on if the person is short. If the person is really short, you can use like 11. In this case, I'm using 12, but for like an average height person, you should use 12 inches. From here to here, I use 12 inches for the length of my crotch. So I'm just going to label this part as my crotch, and here is my flap. So now, to get how wide my flap is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and divide that 40 inches that we have. You know, I said that I was going to add one to my hip measurement, and I was going to get 40. So that 40 that I have now, if I divide it by 4, I'm going to get 10. And that 10, if I divide it by 4 again, I'm going to get 2.5. So that 2.5 now, I'm going to go ahead on my flap line like this, and I'm going to mark it. So I marked 2.5 from here to here. Then I'm going to connect it to my hemline. The next thing to do is to get my crotch curve. Now, to get my crotch curve, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take 1 inch like this, and I'm also going to take another 1 inch here like this. And I'm going to curve it, you guys. It is so simple. So I'm done. I've gotten my crotch curve, and we're almost done with our pattern drafting. I'm just going to come here and mark 2 inches for hemming my pants like this. But I'm not going to cut yet. I'm not going to cut that yet. I'm going to show you how to cut it properly so that you can get what you want. We're not shaping anything at the waistline. This is all we need. Okay, so I'm going to come and cut now. So you guys, when I was cutting my pants, I didn't cut it properly. Like, I didn't just come down straight, otherwise it's going to alter the shape of my pants down. So what I'm going to do is that at this line here, I'm going to fold it in like this. Like on this exact point, I'm going to fold it in like this. If I fold it in, this is what it looks like. Then after that, I'm now going to cut. Can you see this? So at the end of the day, we're not just going to have it straight. There's this, slant here, so that by the time we hem it, everything is just going to be fine and smooth. So that is what I want, and that is what I got. So guys, this is my front short pattern. So guys, the next thing we are going to do is that we're going to use this front short pattern to cut our back pattern. So all I'm basically going to do is to place this front pattern on a fresh paper like this. As you can see, this is what I am doing. So you guys, please excuse me, I'm going to be using this power bank to hold this paper. Then I'm going to be adding 2 inches from my crotch line. You guys, don't do this on any other side. You have to add it from your crotch line. Okay, please, if you follow my steps, you are going to get the same result as mine. So the same thing I did for the front, I'm also going to come and do for the back. The from this point, I'm going to mark 1 inch here and another 1 inch here. Then I'm going to connect. Okay, so we are done, and this is my back pattern. I'm just going to go ahead and trace the length of my pattern out as well. I think I'll just go ahead and cut it. So you guys, this is my front pattern and this is my back pattern, and fold it in here like this. I'm going to fold this one here like this. So guys, this is my front short pattern and this is the back pattern for the back of my shorts. As you can see, they pretty much look very alike. The only difference is that this one extends while this one does not extend. I'm going to grab my the pro, and on the front pattern I'm going to take 1 inch down from the waistline like this, and I'm going to connect it like this. So I'm going to cut it out. So you guys, it is time to cut my shorts on my material, and I'm using scraps of fabric for this project. So you guys, it is time to sew now, and I'm just going to match my back panels together like this. I'm going to mark the back of my pants like this, and I'm going to sew from here like this, like this, like this. But when I get to this point, because I'm going to be installing the zip at the back, I'm going to extend my hand a little bit to allow my zip to enter properly. So instead of just coming here and sewing up to this point, I'm going to add like a little bit of allowance for my zip to enter. Also for the front, I'm just going to go ahead and sew like this on the wrong side. Note that I match the front part of my material with the front part of my material, then I put them together. For the back, I'm going to sew the back first. I'm going to sew the front as well, then I'm going to come back to show you the next thing we are doing. But the thing about the back part is, because the zip is entering the back, I'm going to maybe stop somewhere here and sew with really loose stitches, because my zip is going to enter, and I don't want any stress when I'm loosening the stitches. I want it to be very easy. So I'm going to sew from here to here with tight stitches, then from here very loose stitches, but here I'm going to sew with tight stitches all around. This is what the back of your shorts should look like if you followed my steps, and also the front part should look like this. Now the next thing to do is to open up your pants like this and open up the back as well. I'm going to open this two up like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and match the midpoint of this pants, of my back pants, with the midpoint of my front pants. Then I am going to sew. I'm literally going to sew like this from here, from this end to the other end. I am going to sew. I am done sewing what I told you that I was going to sew, and this is what we are looking like. We have joined the crotch part of our pants. Next is we're going to grab the sides of our pants, and I'm just going to join it straight here like this and straight here like this. So we're basically joining the front to the back now, and once I'm done, we will be almost done with our pants. I have attached the back of my pants to the front of my pants, and this is what we look like now. I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in like this. Okay, I'm going to do this on this side, and I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Whatever you're doing, make sure that your pants are the same length on both sides, because you don't want one to be longer than the other. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll it once more like this, and I'm going to sew on it. So that is how to hem your pants. This is what my shorts look like. This is my front and this is my back. Remember that when we were cutting the back was actually bigger than the front. That is why it looks like this. So if you have been following my steps, this is what your shorts should look like. Now, how do we now connect it to the band to get the shape that we want for it to fit our waist? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to set this apart. Before I set it apart, let me show you what the front part looks like. This is what it looks like. You guys, if you want to make your pants to sit properly, all you have to do is to open it up here, and you're going to iron it out, and we are going to cut our band. Most of the time, what I normally like to do is to cut my interfacing. This particular interfacing is called paper gum. So I literally just went ahead to cut 4 inches of paper gum by my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 27, because I want it tightly fitted. But instead of using 27, I added about 4 inches to it. That is the excess that I have in case of anything, so that when I'm sewing, you guys will see how I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to grab my remaining piece of material, and I'm going to iron this interfacing on it. I am done ironing my paper gum on my fabric, and this is what it looks like. You guys, when I was ironing, there was a little bit of mistake. The iron burnt my material, so you guys should be careful when you are doing yours. All I'm just doing is I am cutting the material to fit the size of my paper gum like this. So you guys, this is what we are looking like. I'm going to fold my band into two like this, and I'm going to iron it. For my shorts, I went ahead to open all my seams up like this, and I ironed it with steam iron. You guys, it is very important to iron as you go. This is what is going to give your your project a very good finishing. I forgot to iron the hem part of my trouser. I'm going to do that once I am done. Then it's time to attach our band to our pants. To attach your band to your pants properly, you need to place your band on fold like this. Fold your band into two. Now my waist measurement is 27 inches. If I divide 27 by 2, I'm going to get 13.5. So I'm going to come over here and mark 13.5 like this. At this mark, I am going to fold like this, and I'm going to notch it. I'm going to notch it. So this is going to be how wide my pants is going to be. Now this allowance is too much, so I'm just going to cut a little off like this. I'm going to cut it off. Once you are done, I'm also going to notch the center part of my band. I'm going to notch it. That lets us attach this band to my pants, because I don't want it to get confused. I want you to understand every single thing I'm doing. You guys, I literally just realized that my camera has not been recording, it has been off, and this is how far I've gone. So I'm going to go ahead and do this all over again. So if you guys are watching this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, because a lot of effort has gone into making this video. I literally have to explain this again because this is the most crucial part of this video. So once I get the midpoint of my band and the entire length of my band, which is 13.5, 27, when you multiply by 2, as you can see, this band is on fold. So that is why I had to divide 27 by 2 to get 13.5. So remember that my short is actually way bigger than that. So all I'm going to do is to match this midpoint of this part. So all I'm going to do is to match this part like this. You have to listen closely to understand this part. Match it like this and pin it like this. And for the center part of my band, I'm going to match it with the center part of my front like this, and I'm going to pin. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to match the last part like this with the zipper part of my shorts, the way I did the first time, and I'm going to insert the pin like this. So guys, once we are done, the next thing is to get this side. We're going to match the notch. We're going to match the notches on both sides like this. If you can see, I have two. I have a center piece, the back piece where the zip is going to enter on both sides. I'm going to match this center piece with the back like this, and I'm going to get the midpoint. So this is how to get the midpoint. So this midpoint is going to match with the side seam of our pants, of our shorts like this. This is what it looks like. Then I'm going to pin it. Then I'm going to pin it like this. Once I'm done pinning, I'm going to do this for the other side as well. I'm going to match the notch on the center piece of the front with this center piece of the back where the zip is going to enter, obviously. Then I'm going to notch. Then this notch, I'm going to match it with the sewing allowance that we did for the side seam again. Once we are done with this, it is time to create our pleats. Now to create my pleats, I'm going to still come over here to the notches that we just made, and I'm going to divide these two notches here again. I'm going to notch it here. Then this time around, I'm going to notch my shorts like this. I'm going to notch my shorts like this. Then I'm going to match this center piece like this. Then once I'm done, I'm going to create the pleats like this. Next, I'm going to get the center piece of the shorts around here, match it with the center piece of my band as well, and I'm going to create the pleats, the kissing pleats that I want, because I want kissing pleats to appear in front. So this is what I am doing again. So what I did on the front is what I'm going to do on the back. Once I'm done with what I am doing, I'm just going to go ahead and sew a straight stitch on. So you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the pins that I have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and close up the parts that has this zipper so that I can show you what it looks like. Then I'm going to go ahead and iron my shorts. You guys, I'm done ironing and this is what my shorts look like. I'm done ironing. I probably didn't iron this properly, but yes, you get the concept on how to create your own as well. So if you end up recreating these pants, please take nice pictures of them and please tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is right on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.